Gaming after a very exciting race. We got another hot one coming up for you. I'm Blue. I'm here with legendary Drewski, who's also in this tournament. And we were just discussing how excited we were for this run. Drewski, what are we expecting to see today?
It's either going to be the really crazy showcase of talent or just an absolute watch from ptoil where he's just going to dominate Oats.
So true. Well, there is always the funny, this is any percent, not to get your anxiety up as a competitor, but like, this is not a free category. Like, even if you're very, very good and you're a much higher seed, you have to still not floating your runs. You still have to finish. You still have to take safeties if you need them, or safety saves. So here on a series station, let's see if Oats gets this series Moonfall. Because this is oh, not quite. Yeah, that's a very tough trick.
It's surprisingly difficult. There's a really niche mechanic. While we run through series, I'll explain this just briefly. There's a really niche mechanic where if you're in a wall jump check position, you kind of get sucked into the wall as you're in that position. And if you series Moonfall, you might find that when you're trying to do it, you won't actually land on the ledge next to the door, and that's because you're holding right and you're being stuck in the wall jump pose. So you actually need to let go of right at the very end to land on that ledge, just barely. It's really an interesting mechanic that you rarely ever see. So
very nice. And this we might see from ptoil here. He did say that maybe he would go for this. Come back into the Ridley room, collect the Ridley tile because he's a big Mappo fan. So we'll see. We'll see if he does that. And talk about this race. Like, I have heard that Oats said maybe he would run old route, or then earlier he said maybe he'd run RBO. Probably not going to see that, but we'll probably see from Oats revised version of new route, where you do crade a little bit earlier. You crade before you get Ridley, and that way you have that varied damage reduction, which makes that whole section a little bit more comfy. But I don't know. We'll see. ptoil might just run Mappo.
yeah, we'll never know.
ptoil has said he does know that this is Oats' race to lose, so he's gonna have fun with it. And
I was gonna say, I'm like, I bet if you're Oats, you're weirdly nervous for this race because you don't want to lose. ptoil and Oats have a little of a bickering going on, not serious at all, but it's kind of funny. So you don't want to lose to ptoil if you're Oats. The Oats, by the way, if you're not familiar with Super Metro 8 or any%, is the current any% world record holder. So it is his. All of these races are his to lose at this point.
Yeah, and we already saw that a little bit in qualifiers. Where like now Zos is actually the 1 seed, because he just got 2
like
lower.
1 second.
Yeah, he just got 2 lower 41s, but Oats that's not a bad look on Oats by any means. Oats got all 41s, which is like insane. Yeah. So he is looking in top form. Not to say that he's washed or should be slept on by any means. He is killing it. Anyway, now we're going to see a nice down back stride here, another Moonfall. And
do we know what route ptoil plans to go for? Is it going to be old route?
Oh yeah, it's going to be old route.
Okay.
And,
or RBO.
Something funny, or Mappo, yeah. Something funny about ptoil, so back in the 1994, you could actually go to a Michael Jackson event with a Nintendo representative and plug in your SM cartridge, and they would give you this moonwalk ability. And ptoil, was not alive back then, so he didn't get it. But he plays on emulator, so we keep telling him, like, dude, just switch the bytes to get the Michael Jackson moonwalk, and then you can.
It's real.
And like, no, I can't do that. I respect Nintendo's IP. I'm not getting sued. So
ptoil also just standing on the elevator there. I think he was writing a note down or something. I don't know. The guy he just stood at the elevator.
Maybe a controller desync. He does.
Yeah. Oh, he is on emulator, right?
Yeah, he plays on PS4 controller.
Ooh.
But but all jokes aside, there is a setting you can switch on called Moonfall or Moonwalk that lets you do a trick called Moonfall. Lets you just uncap Samus's fall speed. But ptoil, and not just ptoil, there are many other old school runners who don't turn it on just because they don't want to relearn Ridley. Because that fight is like a totally different fight if you have Moonwalk off.
Especially for a route like a PKRD or PRKD, where you have to do a lot more than just 20 shots or hundo, where you just barrage supers into him, So.
Yep. And I mean, ptoil's a good sport about it. He does have his own emote that has Samus falling really slowly called ptoil fall. Sick damage boost. I love this room at top level play. It just looks so cool. I remember Monkey was learning this strat. Monkey has to be in the chat. It took him a very long time because I was like, I've never gotten in practice. It's so difficult.
Monkey is super
Yeah, Monkey or ptoil are going to go for a gap skip here. Stratton said that's very reliable.
Yeah, I saw him on the way in go for only gaps. Ooh, oh my god. Oh, it's just ledge grab, man. I'm gonna be giving Oats some flack here just as a competitor, but it's all jokes. I saw ptoil go for only gap skips in pit room on the way in, and I thought that's something I think more people should go for because it is extremely consistent and easy, and it doesn't lose that much time. Surprisingly,
Yeah.
better than falling like once or twice, you know.
Absolutely. So that is kind of like a lesser known said thing about SM is just like you should go for comfort over time save. If you can do something more consistently,
Yes.
you will save time in the long run. Because if you keep messing stuff up, that just makes the game so unfun to run. And this is already a very difficult game. Like no section is free. It's just so easy to bleed time everywhere. So
it is definitely it's a common saying in the community that this game is just death by 1,000 cuts. It's so easy to just bleed time slowly by just making little errors, and you can lose 40, 50, upwards of a minute or more over the course of the run just by making tiny errors.
Different BT strats here. We see ptoil go for the old school strat of getting BT to jump back, where Oats is going to morph under his legs so he can immediately get those farms in and shots
Beautiful
in.
Terminator from Oats. It's a surprisingly difficult room to arm pump in because you kind of have to make sure your arm pumps are consistent every time you do that room, because if you're a little bit forward or behind on a ledge, sometimes your shots won't connect properly, and it can be a little bit awkward. ptoil going for a more normalized setup. Didn't get a missile drop. I don't know the odds. I think it's like 1 in 20 or something to not get a missile there. So that's really unfortunate. But it shouldn't matter too much because he is running old route KPO. Gonna farm it anyways. Oh my god, ptoil's luck is just abysmal right now.
Yeah, that's so unfortunate. Because typically with old route, you can just run through these and save a little bit of time on new route runners in that one particular room.
Oats.
Yeah, and just overall fair warning, like I've been friends with ptoil for like 4 years, and then me and Drewski are both, and me and ptoil actually met through in Oats' community and his Discord, and then like me and Drewski are big Oats fanboys, so we are going to be a little bit more lax in this commentary. Sorry.
Yeah.
No.
There's no shade. It's all love.
Yeah, we love these runners right here. So yeah, tell them earlier what you were telling me about how you've been looking through Oats' PBs.
Okay, so I'm currently on my grind to do what Oats did about a year ago, and that's the sub 41 grind, and it's a hard one. And I have watched even before this race, just today, I watched Oats' 4103. I watched what is it? Okay, interesting. He fell down, so I wasn't really paying attention. I was talking about. Anyway, I watched his 4103 just today. It's like I'm always watching something because it's super interesting to see how runs can shape out depending on different luck or different segments or different timing. And over the time, the many PBs I've watched from Oats, I've kind of gotten to understand how he's played this game. And what's funny is, like 2 years ago, I told Oats I think he had a 41-46 before he started his all 80% grind, and I was like, I don't think you play rooms fast enough to even sub 41, dude. I don't even think you play them fast enough, and he shut me up real fast.
I remember. I forgot about that, but I remember.
Yeah.
You guys had a long
Yeah,
time.
I was like, dude, you don't even play these rooms fast enough, and he was like, you don't know what you're talking about. And I'm like, okay, man, whatever you say. Ooh, little bonk, that's funny.
Because I remember you'd always have to smoke for you when you were in chat, and then I forgot that was why. Really nice air shot here by Oats. And I also got up with you earlier, which was pretty sick. Bug boost through the gate and a charge shot through the door by both runners.
Love it.
This heck and cack, and a charge shot on the spikes. Shut up, Shiny Zenny.
Shout out to Shiny Zenny, indeed. An 833 power bombs, not bad. Not bad at all. For a race.
I
Good
forgot,
resources too.
as the bombs world record holder, what did you think of Oats' bombs dive? But I forgot to ask about it because we were talking about something else.
Yeah, it's okay, I guess. Really, I mean, Rhea did better even yesterday, so probably Oats should work on that just a little bit, Rhea got a 439 yesterday, which is just crazy.
Rhea's cooking. Love to see it.
He is. He's absolutely gaming. I think 439 is the best bomb time I've seen in this tournament so far. So that's super sick.
Alright, now we're seeing our route diversion here. ptoil is going to be heading over to Kraid. Oats is heading over to Fantoon. Oats is going to be doing a very This trick is why I just would like never run new round. It's like so frustrating. But I'll let you discuss the CWJ intricacies here.
Ooh, okay. Oats doesn't get the CWJ. There's a 1-frame window to land a jump, and it's the frame right before you would fall in the water. So it's a little bit tense of a moment to try and hit that jump, because if you doubt yourself or anything, you can fall in that water. And if you do land that, you have a 2-frame window after the fanfare to kind of just jump over instead of having to bomb across. And that saves about 2 seconds on average, 2 to 3 seconds, depending on how slow you are to set up for the HPJ. And if you land it like first try. So Oats have an HPJ, not too bad. Lost probably about 2 seconds, not too bad. A 9:55 entering wreck ship is plenty good. And we'll watch ptoil's crate fight real quick.
Yeah, speaking of bomb jumps, ptoil doing a nice bomb jump minute there to set up the spacing for this crate kill, and he gets it.
Yeah. Oh. That hitbox on that ghost guy, I forget their names. You can rarely ever see them. That could be a little bit awkward. So sometimes you can get hit without even like realizing you're about to get hit. But Oats was like almost inside it and he didn't get hit. So good. That's good. Those things do quite a bit of damage. 73 HP is, and 10 missiles. 10 missiles is not great. You want a little more than that, but 73 HP is very good. So.
I was called the wreck ship ghost too. Don't worry.
Yeah, they're just ghosts, right?
Yep.
Looking like a potential mid or a slow now. We're getting a slow first round. Don't think Oats will probably go for a 1 round here. Did he? Only a 1 missile drop. Yeah, thumbs up, man.
Oh,
you killed
no.
that. Alright,
Yeah,
you can get another backup chance here. Alright, looks like we might get the Neapolitan. Watch out the front.
Yeah, I think we want to see like 6 missiles in that last round of the first round. I know it's not the last round of the first round, but you know, last phase.
Alright, we get to see 1 of each powder. That's kind of cool. Not a bad kill time. We'll still comfortably, as long as everything goes solid, we'll be a 13 gravity, so not bad. Definitely not bad.
ptoil heading down into the convenience store of Super Metroid. I forget who actually always said that, but yeah, gonna pick up a ton of key items here. Not ice though.
Shopping. Yeah, we're not gonna get ice in the old route, not yet. Kind of interesting because you won't have speed boost. You don't really need it for anything, and it won't save time throughout the course of the run. If anything, it'll actually lose time because you might have to shoot enemies twice to kill them. And you don't have speed booster, so you kind of have to mock through the door and everything. So it's a bit faster to just come back and get it later for the Ridley fight.
Okay, so it looks like Oats is picking up 15 supers, so he's gonna be getting
kind of
a lot of safeties.
Yeah, he's kind of memeing on him. I didn't even realize that, actually. For some reason, I thought we were watching Hundo or something.
Yeah, I saw the robots, and I was like, hang on. Is he picking up 15 supers? And I saw it in chat, and I was like, all right, well, sure enough.
I didn't recognize that. That's crazy. I was not paying attention. Yeah, so 15 super route is very interesting. I'm actually wondering why he's doing that. Because, I mean, that is a super big safety, because what it does do is it means your super count for Ridley is almost guaranteed to be good, and then, you know, each super is 3 missiles in general, so you're almost picking up 15 extra missiles there, in a way. So for like Mother Brain, ooh, ptoil almost getting like a pseudo right side mountain strat, which would have been really cool. Got morphed.
Yep.
Blame your D-pad, ptoil, it's okay. We've all done it.
Yep, because the other safety trademark, I'm doing air quotes, is wave missiles, but like you would pretty much always get those in the tournament setting unless you were like really trying to beat somebody who was really fast. Because you only save like 4 seconds instead of the full 6.66.
I think it was Raison who was like, I'm gonna pick up 7 E-tanks and go for stand-up. It's like, that's really funny. So I wonder if Oats will do something similar. Shout out to Raison. That's just such a funny idea.
Yeah, a lot of people didn't know that Raison had the sauce like that, but he is an exceptional runner.
Raison, he's my next match. I am so nervous. I am more nervous than if I do win, I'll probably most likely have to go up against Zost. I'm more nervous for Raison than Zost. Because it's like, I don't know, man. Raison's he's scary because randomly he'll just PvE. It's just, ugh. I'll have to play. You have to play solid. Okay. Oats looking like after that super pack, he's gonna get a 14-17 gravity, not too shabby.
Yeah,
ptoil going into one of my least favorite rooms. Double
pick up the extra farm right there too, but that's all good.
Alright. This is weirdly one of the most difficult segments at a high level for Oats and Goats. This is the Ice Beam segment for if you want to split it up, or just Upper North Area in general. But the start of this segment, when you go from Gravity to Ice Beam, can just be... Ooh, that's a really bad hit. Thankfully, he should be okay, because you take 8 damage in Hellway if you do it fine. So he'll be at 39, and then he'll take 1 from the particle. So yeah, he'll be okay. Shouldn't be too big a deal, actually, at all. Thankfully, because he had the extra health. But if you get Health Bomb there, sometimes it can be a bit dicey. Anyway, this segment's really hard. It's not like the movement's difficult, but if you mess up literally anything in this segment, all of these rooms are deceptively punishing. So if you mess up anything, you're losing at minimum generally a second. So it's really just about consistency in this segment more than anything else, rather than trying to go quick.
I do love these moonfalls through the rippers.
They are beautiful.
So clean. And this damage boost too, so clean. This is just a cool segment when everything goes right.
It is.
I think too is I forgot to mention earlier, ptoil is actually going to get the full benefits of the wave because he's actually going to have plasma as well, so he's going to get to kill stuff like the musketeers and such through walls, which is super comfy in this route. Because Oats will have to maneuver around them, and that's going to be quite a pain.
It's a bit dicey, yes.
If they don't behave. Potentially run ending if they don't
nice
behave.
Alpha Spark, ptoil. I'm in. Alright, didn't soft lock. Good job, Oats. If you lay the power bomb and shoot right as you go through the door transition to break the tube, and they happen to activate it. Oh, okay, here we go. So, Oats... Oh, I see why he's doing this. Okay, so we picked up the 15 because later on in the route, when you do PKRD like this, it's really hard to get max missiles, or super missiles, and you kind of have to end up farming a little bit later after Ridley, because you don't get this mini crate drop. So, I think Oats went for these supers because it's a nice extra little pack there, so that on the way back he might not have to come back and farm anything, which would be really cool. So
yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Also skipping that damage boost because because
why not?
Whew.
All right, good deboost from ptoil. That's sometimes a really difficult deboost to hit. Oof, almost a really clean room, ptoil. That was really good. It kind of got bad RNG though, which makes that room sometimes.
Oats picks up the crate quick kill as well. So that's good. That's one of those things where just like it seems like something you'd never miss, and you just get into a race setting and you miss it, and when you need it the most, and you're just so disappointed.
Yeah, it's a you don't ever want to see that crate DLC there. It's abysmal.
And it happens to everyone. It happens to the best of us.
It does. I've missed it plenty of times, even on good paces. Okay, I like that strat. ptoil kind of like scooping the top of the ceiling to skip these missiles here. I wonder, he will probably pick them up on the way back, I'd imagine. Maybe not. We'll see how risky he takes it. Nice mock ball. Probably picks up this tank. No, interesting. Okay.
No crate tank enjoyers? I think Oats is probably going to play it by ear, like he might get Ridley tank if he has a bad Ridley, or he might get Fire Fleas if he has a bad escape or something. I don't know. We'll see.
I'm wondering... Yeah, that actually makes sense. Okay, that should be fine. It's generally really nice to have that tank because, in my opinion, the scariest part in a race setting of going new route is the potential to die in worse room / amphitheater / key enter stairs down / wasteland. Those are the 4 most scary rooms, I think, in new route, because sometimes there's no safety. You can't farm. You can't. If you miss it, you're just screwed. Ooh, setting up for an X Factor. Nice.
Getting a fast And yeah, I love these X Factor strats on Fantoon. They just
They're
look
so
so.
cool.
I love X Factor strats in general because they just look so cool. But then you also just get the added bonus of being able to like switch through the flames. What a clean Fantoon fight for Pizza.
Such a good
Holy cow!
Fantoon, yeah.
That was
Just
so fast.
clean 2-round, fast mid, out of there. Beautiful fight, ptoil. Good job. Let's go and grab that ice beam.
As like we said earlier, Pizza is going to be coming back here to get ice on his way down to Ridley. But Oats needs it now because the full beam combination is going to be an important source of damage for him coming into these later bosses.
Indeed.
But he is looking at a more comfy lower Norfair, but he didn't pick up any E-tank safety, so not that comfy, but you know, again, you can kind of just play it by ear. There are some things you can pick up on the
Yeah,
way
what's
down.
nice is he does have 14 supers right now, which is just preposterous, to be honest, because what that means is even if something does kind of go wrong in LN, he can just super missile something in worse room or whatever and probably be fine. He might lose some time, I have to farm later, but he should be okay.
So anyway, I started blasting. Pizza said he's going to go for Kishmo X Factor Attic, but he did not.
What is that?
Alas. I'll send you the video after the race.
What? That's also sick.
It's pretty sick, but I think it's actually good for him. But he has speed strats, which is cool to see. I was going for Upper Rising Tide. A little bit harder than Lower Rising Tide, but
did he just missile that pirate and it died? One missile? Interesting.
Because I hit it earlier. Alright, we'll see how many farms Oats is going to pick up here, but, you know, he's got 15 or 14 supers, so...
Yeah, I think he's fine with resource. He's really only going to be looking for missiles here for the X Factor opener, because he's probably going to use a couple more missiles than the rest of the opener. Ptoil, be careful.
Oh, he's all good. Okay. Yeah, because, like, the most annoying thing about this farm is you're just, like, fishing for a power bomb, and you farm, like, twice, and you go for a third one, hoping for a power bomb, you just don't get it, and... It's like, well, that was a waste.
Yep.
So that's very tilting, but we're not going to see that, thankfully.
So both players have defeated the same bosses, just in different orders. So the reason that the route that Oats is doing is faster is because he only has to take one dip through Upper Norfair. That's where most of the time save comes from. He doesn't have to come back down through Upper Norfair later. After Dragon, and that saves a considerable amount of time over the course of the run.
So Oats is going to pick up wave missiles. Makes sense, because, I mean, we've seen we've seen really good 40s, like almost like record pace 40s from Zoast and Oats with 20 missiles, so, you know, a lot of others kind of...
Current PB is 2 seconds behind world record with quite the... with all due respect, quite not the greatest Upper Norfair. And he got wave missiles too, so...
Yeah, so...
Kind of wild.
A lot of runners scratching their chins like, is my mental health really worth not getting these missiles?
It's really not. In a race setting, I don't think it's ever... Unless your opponent is so far... like... has the potential to beat you by quite a bit, and you really just... it's your only chance, then I guess that would be the only explanation. But I would say in general, you should always pick them up. Praetorian, mainly.
Pizza also saying, no shot, I was going for Kishmo X Factor Attic. Oh, then why'd you say it then? Got my hopes up.
Yeah, and you're not even running map. Oh! Okay, wait, did he get stuck in the Bioplume? Okay, actually clutch. Good backup.
So
Okay,
right,
Oats setting up for Lava Spark.
Sheesh! Nice.
Not bad. Sheesh!
That's all I can say after that trick. It's just, it looks so sick. It's very difficult.
Alright, not a bad run, actually.
But if Oats missed that, he did have Varia backup for his gravity jump.
Oh. Rare aesthetic, seeing a yapping maw actually yap someone.
Alright, now this is the... So first, we're going to see some fast pillars here, hopefully.
Just pretty clean generally. Okay, good job. Going bottom shelf is smart. 42 health here is plenty. He should be fine.
And then we are now at the worst room in the game, and if it wasn't apparent by the lag frames, I don't know, anything else you want to say about this room?
Actually, Oats got lagless. I thought that powerbomb was a bit too low. That's kind of impressive. That's sick. If you get lagless there, that room becomes a whole lot easier and a lot less stressful generally. But it is, I'm pretty sure, a frame perfect jump at the start of the room. Alright, this room will be sparking pirates, which gives quite benefits. 1, reduces lag by killing 2 pirates. 2, you get drops. 3, you don't have to wait for them. And 4, they're dead.
Yeah, that strat is so cool.
Yeah, it's really smart. Oh no, ptoil. I can relate to this all so much.
I've seen twice in this marathon, or this tournament rather, of runners missing a particle on X Factor and then wrapping back around and hitting. And I was hoping this would be the 3rd time, but alas.
It's something about bots. Something's in the air lately with the D factor where it's just not going. You know, it's just not connecting.
Give it and take it away.
I know. All right, good super drops. You got 2. Those all supers. Oh, that's not really what you want, but Oats already had pretty good health, so it's not too big a deal. Mainly what he wants here is just the extra power bombs. So this room is deceptively difficult in runs, but anyways, the current world record holder, he's not going to struggle with that. Okay, yeah, beautiful resources here. He should be. If he gets 4 X factors, this could be an insanely fast fight.
Yeah, he does get 4 in his world record, right?
He does, yeah.
But I mean, this is a race, so we're ultimately going to play by ear.
Yep, there you go.
Oh my goodness, he gets it. That's crazy.
Yeah, there could be a really potential for a really fast fight here. And he gets the good. Some people think this is the best possible RNG that really can get because then he goes into a pogo. Yep, and you can just barrage into some supers. Uh-oh. I don't know how many missiles he hit there. I don't like using my missiles there. I think that's just a bad idea in general.
He's well set up for an opener on Dragon here. Let's see how this goes. As Oats cleans up this Ridley fight.
Jesus, that was such a fast Ridley. That actually was preposterously quick. That might have been a sub 60. Just absolutely insane. Ptoil. Oats is just going?
That spark looked. Oh, he's went for 3 sparks. He didn't get the ammo in the middle, so this is kind of a YOLO during. Okay.
Uh-oh. Oats, you might want to farm some health here, man.
Beautiful spike suit from ptoil.
No way he just goes here, right? Yeah, okay. Smart. Alright, yeah. Now he's plenty of health. ptoil picking up space jump. One of the coolest items in the game.
Yeah, this is what makes Old Route really fun to watch and play, in my opinion, is just getting space jump and plasma.
Yeah.
It makes it closer to like a run like Hundo or GT Classic, where it's a lot more comfy and you can do a lot more, I want to say cooler strats, because there are a lot of cooler, like really cool strats in new Route as well, but you know, just seeing like more equipment used is always fun.
Yeah. It's always cool. That's one of the cool things about GT Classic, Hundo, and all these other categories that have more movement options, whereas the current any % route kind of is bare bones with its movement, which I personally really appreciate and enjoy, but I know a lot of people, other runners, don't really enjoy that. I'm a big fan of Samus's just like bare movement.
It is pretty good.
Yeah.
The bare engine of SM is pretty fun.
It is.
Okay, now we got a pretty nail-biting escape, although his HP is pretty good.
Oh,
and, wow,
yeah,
it makes it look easy. Wow.
If you have that much HP, and you do this safe through Musketeers, it's generally, at least at Oats' level, it's pretty safe.
Yeah, I see a lot of questions here about like why do you not just slay a power bomb? And it's because the lag of the power bomb is about as slow as, or it's about the same speed as like a bad bomb segment. So like if you have a better bomb segment, then you're saving time.
What's this? He did some crazy like morph stuff there that I've never seen before. That was actually just crazy good. So one of the advantages here is now Oats does not have to go back to grade. He just gets to go straight to Dragon, whereas ptoil still has to defeat Ridley. which is a bit longer of a segment. So.
Yeah, but ptoil is going to be a lot more decked out here, especially with
Yes,
plasma.
indeed.
Makes a lot of these fights a lot more trivial.
Look at that. He can just plasma through everything.
Yeah, like I was saying earlier, he does have waves, so he can just like use charge shots and kill enemies that would have given Oats a lot of trouble just through the walls, so he doesn't even have to deal with them, like those key hunters.
A little high of a jump through that door for Oats. You can save it. Yep. Nice.
Yeah, he's plenty of HP for this Everest Spark here.
Yeah. Oats' resources are looking just so clean and good. That's honestly, that 15 super route is kind of wild. That Ridley was actually just preposterously quick. At least it looked fast.
No, I mean, he got 4 X Factors, so like, jeez.
I know.
And
All right. So here's where the big time loss from old route comes in for ptoil. This is where you kind of all of this that ptoil does from here on to the start of Lower North Air is what new route skips. So he's skipping going to get all this ice beam coming back, having to come all the way back down, having to come through this room. Yeah, he's going to go through these rooms a little bit quicker, but overall it's going to be a little bit slower to just come down this way, and for at least in the comparison of the routes. And then he's going to have to go through... I don't know if he does northern or southern route, but we'll find out.
Yeah, because in old route, you have to backtrack through Meridia in the same way you'd be going in new route after you finish. So, after you just finish that segment, so...
Very good farm for Oats.
That's the most intuitive spot, I think, where you see, like, wow, if I'd just come here later,
yes,
I'd be all good.
I actually want to talk about that farm real quick from Oats, because it's a really smart idea and something I've never really thought about. Those bugs have a pretty high super chance, unless you don't have full health. So what you'll see a lot there is people will spark there, and you can still get good super chances. It might even be the same, but it's a lot smarter and actually faster to just shoot and collect the drops that way, because you will be at full health. And I'm not sure if it affects it, but it feels like it does, at least from my testing. And you tend to get more supers, at least from what I can feel, doing that rather than doing the spark. And ptoil doing an energy refill, pretty smart, honestly. It's a minimal time loss, and it's way safer.
Yep, pretty good opener from Oats. Just gotta get some ammo in, and then another spark, which you already charged, and be on his way. Very nice fight.
He's gonna bomb jump out. Nah. I think he kind of wants resources here. Oats. Nice.
All right.
Basically like the last possible. That's a double frame perfect trick there.
Yeah, there's kind of a rhythm to it. So
yeah, it doesn't feel double frame perfect. It's just more like it. Well, it kind of. What are you doing, man?
I always say, like, you often hear like CWJ's W frame perfect. That's a much harder double frame trick.
It is much more difficult, and that's not even literally double frame perfect. It's just did ptoil do a double stutter there? Couldn't tell. If he did, he's such a gamer. ptoil.
Oh, what a troll!
How did you not foresee this, ptoil? Okay, we're fine.
There you go.
All right, very clean. So yeah, all of that upper north air that ptoil just had to go through, that's where the main time save from new route comes from.
So now Oats is headed down into Torian, where we see the classic. There was a spawn of like several months where Oats just kept getting into Torian and was like unable to finish runs.
I actually just talked to Oats or messaged Oats about this, where the time between his 40:49 and his 40:36 was more than 4 months, and he had plenty of really good paces into Torian. I think he had like 5 or 6 runs that were world record pace at least, and they all just died to drops. But Oats has a 20 and 15 loadout, so I think hopefully at the very least he can get some supers, and you know, maybe he should be fine.
We shouldn't see the resetting of the last Metroid room, but this is a tournament, so it is an option. We don't
It
have
can
to
happen. It happened to me in my race yesterday, so.
Yep, I saw it in qualifiers a bit too.
Yeah, it happens. Sometimes Metroids are just really mean. ptoil, just opting for that first. Okay, go. Not bad.
So using the echoes, he's going to do the plasma strats, which is like kind of pseudo grouping. Oh no, that's the wrong direction.
Should be fine. And
There
ptoil, and good backup. Okay. You don't really know what you're doing there. Sometimes that middle pirate room, if it doesn't go as planned, can be pretty stressful. Oats with a 34-30, 31, I think, on that load of the room, which means he's looking at a good 42 here, a mid 42 if everything goes pretty solid. Kind of crazy for that extra super pack and the slow, what was it? Slow fast mid. Yeah, and a wave missiles and just the other couple safeties he took.
Alright, so again, ptoil having a plasma beam here is going to make this fight a lot quicker and a lot safer because he doesn't have to worry about going for X factors or anything like that that Oats had to go for.
Yeah.
And everyone pray in chat for a good Torian for Oats.
Very nice.
Very nice.
Alright, now these Metroid rooms are a bit stressful, especially if you're on a really good pace, because, okay.
Yeah, sorry, taking the safety save.
It is a good idea, because with 3 E-tanks like this, Mother Brain, it is possible, it's rare, but Mother Brain can throw some, like, undodgeable patterns, and you can just die, and there's quite literally nothing you could have done about it. It's pretty rare that ever happens, but it can, and if that does happen, Oats almost certainly loses the race. So pretty smart move there.
Yeah, that's why I've been saying, like, I think Cutie's GDQ run was one of the most impressive runs I've seen on the big stage, because living Mother Brain with 1 HP, I would have folded under pressure, like, easily.
Me too.
I was doing something I was as good at him for SM. Not that that's very quantifiable, but you get the idea.
It's stressful, that fight is so scary to figure out. Okay, 20 and 11. Interesting. So one of the other big time saves that could have happened here is Oats might have had more super missiles for the Mother Brain fight, and he still will. I think he can do what? He'll save 2 super missiles, I believe, or something. Depending on if he decides to save the supers or the missiles. So
yeah,
not too bad.
Then we see the patented Stachio skip.
Yes.
He sets that bomb for good timing. Whoa, a 3 jump.
It's risky, man. He got it though, he's fine.
Well, he did do the safety save too, so.
Yeah, there's no reason not to, you know?
Might as well do it for the one time.
I think if you get grabbed there through the door, I wonder if it's faster to just save and reset from that beginning part of Torian.
Oh yeah, probably.
I imagine it is. I can't imagine with the baby slowdown.
Yeah, the baby slowdown just feels so slow.
Yeah, I can't imagine. And nice saving here again. Very interesting.
He had to engrave that 3 jump into the memory. So Mother Brain knows.
Oh yeah.
Oh, well, okay, gonna get a second zap skip. There we go.
Okay, this is why he took a save, because he does have 54 HP, which means I think he can only really take 2 hits from Mother Brain, depending on.
Okay.
That's why you get those. That is exactly why you get those extra safeties. Because if you do 15 and 10 there, that is your run. If you're in a somewhat tight race, that's basically your run just over.
That's hurt is such a troll. Fortunately, we do not care. We got the bonus. Oh, he's gonna burn the missiles.
He only had 2, so it wouldn't have mattered.
Yeah.
We'll just slow them down. So it's 60 shots. -1. Super missile, yes. Which generally runners will either use at the very start or save for around the 45th shot with the chance at a good cutscene, which is a pretty rare occurrence, where around the 45th shot, Mother Brain can take a step forward, and if you hit her right as she's starting to move back into that catch-up phase. She will kind of like stop, and her toenails there will be not inside the wall anymore, like they kind of are right now, and that saves a good 3 to 4 seconds.
And this is another fight where ptoil is gonna have a much easier time getting that plasma beam because he only has like 20 shots instead of Oats' 60.
Yes.
So that's basically like you get to the catch-up phase and the fight's already pretty much over. But speaking of catch-up phase, Oats now cannot hit a single one of these.
So you'll see Oats doing a jump there to kind of avoid a bomb, because Motherbrain is not allowed to lay a bomb when your Samus is in the air. So you can kind of manipulate Motherbrain attacks by jumping in the air. Really cool strat. And a pretty solid run from Oats, unless some power outage or something happens, meteor, hurricane,
Console reset.
console, yeah,
Shout out to MGA.
dog, MGA, yeah, console crash, something. Oats should be finishing this race. We'll almost certainly be finishing this.
Yeah, the moth that lives in Oats' computer might get evicted and start him this next.
Yeah, well, Moth Oats keeps in his computer on purpose. It's a
That's true.
pet. Yeah.
So now we'll pray for a good touring for ptoil as well, as Oats has went pretty, like, very well.
ptoil might. Let's think. If this goes really well, he could potentially PB, I think. I don't know how fast the KPD Artorian is. I think it's around 6 minutes, so I think ptoil's PB is a low 46, so...
High 46.
High 46? Yeah, you're right, I think it's 46.
It's like a 46, 50, low 50 or high 40. I don't know the exact number. But I do know ptoil did PB in
46, 48. So, yep. If this goes super clean, there's very tiny chance at a PB, I think, because I think this is about a 6.5 minute Torian at the highest level, and he got here on minute flat, or a 40 flat, so...
Yeah, I do know ptoil PB'd in 2021, and he's definitely a much better runner. Since then, he's done a lot of really cool things since the beginning.
Yeah, he doesn't play a lot of any percent, so ptoil very good.
Which I think is like, that's like the, Sam Sarah or whatever of SM is just like running multiple categories so you just don't burn out.
Yeah.
And then you come back and you're like, oh wow, I'm so much better at this category now because you've still been playing the game.
Yeah, for sure. Alright, and Oats is going to be moving on to the escape here. Generally, once the whole escape scene starts, you can add a minute and 7 to the timer if they get a pretty clean escape. So we're looking at a potential 42:59. It's just barely in the 42 realm if this escape goes clean. So that would be pretty neat to get after all those saves and everything.
Another interesting ptoil fact is his seed. If you combine gold and silver brackets in 2022, his seed is about the same.
Really?
Yeah, so that's consistent. I think that assumes he beat MM2, but him and MM2 gentlemen to do Mappo that year. So we'll never know.
What a great community we have there. You know, that's a real gentleman's move.
But yeah, that's
you want to do heroes.
That's also testament to like how much MM2 has improved since then. Holy cow, he's so good.
Indeed. This has been a pretty clean escape. We might see just barely if this parlor goes okay.
I'm holding a grab there by ptoil, but that's all good.
If he gets good steam, I think this barely can still 40. Nah, I think that kills. Nope. If he gets good steam. Unfortunate. So close there. And Oats and Goats officially taking the race. Time of 43:01. Beautiful, beautiful. Good job, Oats. GG. Great performance.
Did you get said commentator controls? I don't think I did.
I don't think so.
Well, we would mark him as done, but
Ooh, Oats reset before the item percentage. It looks like we might have to eliminate him from the bracket.
True.
So this timer,
2023.
unfortunate. Yeah. Oh well. ptoil, nice step skip. We'll see if we can get Oats in here for an interview. he seems like he might be a busy guy. We'll see. Pito taking quite a bit of damage there. Okay. Okay. Jeez, those turrets are being so mean. They just like octuple shot. That was crazy. Okay. So the difference here for 20 and 10 is it's kind of useless in New Route because you have plasma. So these 3 missiles kind of don't do anything at all.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
very comfy fight. Like you said earlier, 20 shots, and we will be on our way.
Oats, how you doing?
Hello, I am good.
Good. You feel good about that run, or?
Yeah, yeah, I just wanted to have some fun with it. And I was out of commission yesterday and a little bit today because of a sickness, so I was just kind of feeling blah. So I just wanted to have a little fun and take some safeties and stuff. But looks like
Yeah, 15 supers was really. I was not expecting that at all.
Yeah, I mean it's sometimes fun to feel a little overpowered unless you don't get the ammo that you need for Torian, then it's no fun. But because I only had 11 supers for Torian, but
that Ridley looked super fast.
Yeah, it was a 60-second fight, but it can be down to like a 50, 54.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I said it looked like almost a sub 60.
Yeah,
So
it was close with some mistakes.
That's wild. Is that where most of the time save comes from generally?
Yeah, pretty much that, and then Torian if you have 15 leaving, then you can take some pretty crazy strats. And the problem with 15 supers is you just rely so heavily on luck since the lower drop chance, so you need that much greater luck if you're gonna make 5 extra supers. Basically,
how much time does it take to usually get those supers on the right side?
That's like 25 seconds or so. The Spore Spawn supers take about 32 seconds.
Yeah. Wait, that's really not that bad. You could probably break even there if you get really good Mother Brain luck and everything.
There are some theoretical routes that essentially break even on paper, but the issue is the drop luck supers are
they're already miserable in normal.
The gold in this category, so you're just really trying to get as much as you can all the time.
Yeah. GG, man. That was a pretty clean run overall.
Yeah, that 3-jump Stashio skip. Sheesh.
Yeah, 3-jump Stashio skip was crazy.
Yeah, thanks. Like I said, I also just felt like taking some safety stuff. Not to underestimate my opponent, ptoil. He's very experienced, but
yeah, the 31st seed, very experienced ptoil.
Well, he's got record in a lot of the. I'd have to look him up because I can't remember what they're called, but people know about him. Yeah, there's like some weird like Vileplume grabbing and
he's actually really impressed me.
Valcamarte is Dasher. Don't ask why not.
Yeah. Who's your next opponent? Do you know yet? Oats, is it? I think it's Stashio Tablespoon, right?
Yep, it's one of them. I'm not sure who's favorite. I can't remember what Stashio has for a time in the category, but I know Tablespoon plays pretty well. So
yeah, he just got a 43 K. They're both KPDR runners. Do you plan to? Are you more of a actually in this to super try hard and win, or are you trying to have some fun and do you plan to run old route with them? Or?
Right now, I'm having fun. I'll do calculated decisions to where I know that I'll still advance my position, but I won't I won't take it too seriously until we get a little bit further down into the bracket.
Understandable, yeah.
Oh, he's having a little bit of trouble in Leodox. Alright, there the guy's on his way. And I think it's this BE Spark. And I have
pretty good run for ptoil. I think his PB is like a high 46, so pretty good to play within that that much time.
Yeah, he was close to a PB pace until he missed a baby skip.
Yeah, he had a pretty clean run overall. I've been pretty impressed, honestly, with ptoil. He's just a pretty consistent player overall.
Yeah, I said this earlier, but he had roughly the same seed if you combine gold and silver bracket in 2022 as he did this year. And GG ptoil. Let's get him in here.
We'll get him in here, and you guys can hash it out.
What I've always wanted.
I don't know.
Yeah, not that doesn't happen in chat all the time.
Wonder who. Do you know what your predicted bracket is, Oats? Who would you have to go up against? Would it be Lynx? I think is the predicted.
I believe so.
for
Yeah.
That round, and then it would predicted. I think be Zenny.
Zenny, yeah.
What's up,
And it's
people? GG.
Hey, GG Oats. Good
GG,
race.
good game. How did you do?
Did alright. Yeah, just 2 minutes behind my PB. Not too bad.
Nice, nice.
You were a lot closer until baby skip, yeah?
I was like a minute behind at Baby Skip before
Oh,
Baby Skip,
okay.
so yeah.
I guess I don't know.
My
what I'm
Tarian
talking
isn't the
about.
greatest.
How
Well,
fast is KPD Arturian? Isn't it like a 6 minute generally, or like 6 to 7 minutes?
I think yeah, like a high 6 minute. For me,
Yeah.
I usually get like 6, 7:20, but yeah.
I think it's like a minute faster, ideally, or somewhere around there.
Yeah, it's crazy how much time double dipping Upper North really takes.
Actually, no, it shouldn't even be a minute faster. But yeah, it's like 40 faster, I think.
Yeah, I can definitely go faster. That's for sure.
But yeah, good game, and then yeah, hopefully the bracket goes along smoothly. I know there's a lot of games today, I believe, in this weekend. Maybe not today, but
yeah.
I know this weekend.
it is packed. I think there's 2 more today, too. I think Eddie and Emmett have their races, if I'm not mistaken. I forget who they are racing against. But yeah, any other comments on the race?
No, I mean, I'm just happy that we didn't die. You know, like I said, I took a couple safeties there at the end, but yeah, it was fun overall, and good luck in the other lower bracket ptoil, and thanks for coming, both of you. I appreciate it.
Of course, thanks for having us. And GG ptoil, GG Oats. Oats is moving on. You're looking in pretty good form. Very solid runs, even this one with the safeties. So, yeah. Drisky, how you feeling? You're a competitor.
I was hoping to go against Oats at some point, but I don't think that'll be happening. Our brackets just don't align.
Well,
Yeah, you're in the upper portion of the top bracket,
Yeah, I'll have
so
to go against like Zos, and then if somehow I pull off that miracle, it would probably be against like Ruya, and then if I pull that miracle off, then it would potentially be you, and then that's just it's just too many things to go right, I think.
nah, just play your game and you got it. You're good.
Oh, thanks, Oats.
Yeah.